Hey, it's Natalie. And if you're enjoying the Murder Diaries, I've got another podcast you should check out. It's the new Crime House original series, The Final Hours, hosted by Turney and Kourtney Nichole, all about the last moments before someone goes missing. You might also already know Sarah from her podcast Voices for Justice, and Kourtney from her popular true crime Instagram account, Crime with Kourt. With Sarah having lived through the pain of her sister going missing, and Kourtney having seen firsthand how crime can impact a family, the two come together to bring lived experience into every case, looking not only at what happened, but what led up to it. Each episode of The Final Hours examines the moments just before a person disappears, the routines, the timelines, and the small details that often get overlooked. Because every disappearance has a moment where everything still seems normal. A text that doesn't raise concern, a routine that goes unchanged, a door that closes, just like it always has, until it doesn't. The Final Hours puts those moments under a microscope. In this preview of The Final Hours, Sarah and Kourtney are examining the 2006 disappearance of Jennifer Kesse, who vanished on her way to work, leaving behind a mystery that still haunts investigators today. And if you like what you hear, follow The Final Hours on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to podcasts to listen to the full episode.
It's 2006. A new chapter is just beginning for 24-year-old Jennifer Kesse. She recently bought her first condo in Orlando, Florida. And while she's had a boyfriend, Rob, for about a year now, they aren't quite ready to move in together yet. The relationship's long distance. Rob's 3 hours away in Fort Lauderdale. Jennifer doesn't love it, but she's embracing it. They see each other on the weekends and during the week. She seems to enjoy her independence. She's got a job she loves, a financial analyst at a timeshare business, which she's crushing, by the way. She's gotten 2 promotions in her first year at the company. That's how she can afford that new luxury condo. And she's got a great group of friends and family that really adores and supports her. Her family's about 2 hours away in the Tampa Bay area. She and her younger brother Logan are super close. She's got a solid group of girlfriends from her sorority days back at the University of Central Florida. She's popular, a leader, responsible, and not afraid to be assertive or speak her mind. Everything you'd expect from a young, hungry professional who's undoubtedly going places. Most of all, she's got a really great head on her shoulders.
Yeah, and the one thing that kept coming up about Jennifer was she was super mindful of her own personal safety. The kind of student who would carry pepper spray in her purse while walking across campus. Someone with a you can never be too careful type of attitude. Maybe that's because she heard this story growing up. Many years back, when they lived in New Jersey, her parents, Drew and Joyce, were held at gunpoint. I don't know too many details about that, but when something like this happens to the people you love, you take your own personal safety a lot more seriously. And that's exactly what Jennifer did. She saw it as a cautionary tale. Now living alone, not super close to her boyfriend and family, Jennifer was extra aware of her surroundings. Her new condo, the Mosaic at Millennia, wasn't in the nicest part of Orlando. Sure, it was a gated community with on-site security, but it was still in the process of being built when she moved in, which meant a lot of strangers, particularly construction workers, coming and going from the property at all hours of the day. And Jennifer mentioned the uneasiness she felt to her family and her boyfriend Rob on more than one occasion. You know, I think Jennifer did the right thing by expressing her concerns to family and friends.
Smart.
It's very smart. I still do that, I'm 27 years old. But when a woman lives alone, she becomes a target for predators.
Well, I think that's one of the scariest aspects, is that she did all the right things.
Yeah, she did everything right. Living alone, you do become an easy target, especially, in Jennifer's case where she's in a condo and it's newly built. So there's tons of people kind of coming and going, and you can kind of become an easy target. And I feel like that goes for any woman,
Yeah, unfortunately.
Thank you for listening. To check out the rest of this episode and so much more, make sure to follow The Final Hours with Turney and Kourtney Nichole. Just search for The Final Hours wherever you get your podcasts. There's also a link in this episode description. New episodes drop every Monday.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.